Kilarigbo Live TV, ìkànnì amúlùdún àkọ́kọ́ tó ń gbé àṣà àti ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Yorùbá lárugẹ.
Things like this happen, and you get to see a journalist collecting envelope. It is all about having extra as part of the money they are making itself. It is all about greed. What can be done about it? It has to do with from the head to toe as per the executive behind each media. Because when you see a particular journalist collecting envelope, especially to even spread lies, because that's the first area we have to talk about, that if you can spread lies and it's being printed out on paper, what are you talking about? That means the people behind that the executive, they know about it. This is a lie, this is false, and they allow it to go. Then that takes all back to taking them to court. And what comes out of the court? At the end of the day, they are freed. So it's high time, well, maybe the good eggs among you. Hello? I'm talking the good eggs like you, sir. Form a kind of a body whereby you know yourselves. Of course, the bad eggs will not join you guys. It's in the eyes of you guys where you see a false report. Then you take them to court. Well, something might come out of it at the end of the day or nothing, but you expose them. You have right to do that. Because you are talking of, who do you want to even go to? Except from the court. It's the court. When you start revealing them, exposing them, I think they will adjust somehow, which I haven't seen. That's what I see we have.
Thank you very much.
From the beginning in 1983, when I was working with Chief Gani Fahimi, when Buhari came to power, in fact, there was a time that a citizen was detained, and we had to argue about decree number 1. But that was my first live meeting of minds with President Muhammadu Buhari. The whole intention of his governance was clear. Corruption must be eradicated. And I have been a forceful advocate of that concept. He turns stumbling blocks into stepping stones, in the sense that there would always be people who will fight any concept that he brings out. But he has turned those stumbling blocks into stepping stones. And I am sure after he leaves office and is gone to Daura, we will see the benefits of what he has done. Clearly, any person looking at the situation from then and up till now will know that there have been gradual changes, and clearly more needs to be done. And we are happy that Asiwaju, who we are going to vote for, will be a good president when he comes into power. Oh, some may say he's taciturn, but it is what he has in his head. Some may say he does not talk, but then when he talks, it has force. Some may say that he is a bigot, but when you look at the evidence, he's not a bigot. Some may say that he's a tribalist. When you look at the evidence, you would know that he's not that. So clearly, in my mind, he's a simple human being. He has a pure heart, a heart which seeks to ensure that there is humanity in us. You do not steal government's money. You produce, you act with conviction on what you are asked to do. So as far as I'm concerned, he has been a very, very strong president, and I wish the incoming president will follow suit.
The last question. President. Okay. Very crucial. Okay, I'll do that. Just hold on. Okay. President Muhammadu Buhari said something that this government would like to work so much to eradicate corruption. And unfortunately, many people were arrested, taken to court, and unfortunately they were set free. Does that mean judiciary is also a problem? Huh? They are person. What do you have to say about this?
Well, if I may, let me just say this. There are three separate arms of government. All of them have to do what is right. Even in prosecuting a matter, the executive presents the case through EFCC or through the prosecutors in the Ministry of Justice of each of the states. So the executive is the one that presents the case, and then the judge judges. So if we're going to say it is the judge that is at fault, we have to first of all check what was presented to the court. As lawyers, we know that the duty, the burden of proof lies heavily on the person who asserts. That is the prosecution. So if you say that somebody is corrupt, and there are certain documents, there's a chain of documents that is to tie that person to that corruption, and you inadvertently or purposely exclude one of those documents, you've broken a chain that will point to the person. So a very smart defense attorney can easily pick a hole. That's why there's a provision for what we call no case submission. A no case submission comes when the prosecution has presented all its facts and details, and then the defense lawyer says he has managed to cross-examine the prosecution and he's been able to pick holes or poke holes in virtually everything that they have done. So at the end of the he will say, I have a no case submission to submit that even if all the things these people have presented is taken as true, there is still no case made against the accused person. I agree with you that in some cases the executive arm has not done well enough, but it is a problem we have in Nigeria. All our agencies have incompetence surrounding them. We have to face it. So it might not actually be that they want to be corrupt, it might be that they need to be trained.
Orúkọ mi ni Babatola Akikugbe, ọmọ Nàìjíríà ni mí. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún àjọyọ̀ tá à ń ṣe lénìí fún ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, ọkùnrin ogun mádarí kan tí a mọ̀ sí Muhammadu Buhari. Olótìtọ́ wọ́n ní ayé tá a wà ń sìn, ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ Nàìjíríà ni. Gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń rí tó ń yọrí sí píparí irú train tó dé Ìbàdàn expressway, second Niger bridge, gbogbo wọn àwọn èèyàn máa ń bá béèrè pé kí ni wọ́n ń ṣe wọn ò mọ̀ pé tí baálé ilé bá bá ìyàwó ẹ̀sùn lénìí kì í ṣọ̀la lọmọ náà máa yọ, ọmọ náà oyún náà máa ga, ìyàwó máa ṣoríṣiríṣi. Gbogbo nǹkan tí ó ń láti ṣẹlẹ̀ ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹni bá máa kọ́lé alájà 10 kò lè lo foundation ilẹ̀. So gbogbo eléyìí tí à ń rí yìí, àdúrà wa ni pé ẹni tó bá máa gba oyè lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ kó tún tẹpá mọ́ṣẹ́. Nàìjíríà ó máa dájú gbogbo àwọn ìlú tó pọ̀ lọ, ṣùgbọ́n iṣẹ́ ni. Then ẹ̀dẹ̀ rí bí Buhari ṣe rí, mùsùlùmí ni, but gbọ́ pé ó ń ṣàgbèrè obìnrin káàkiri, gbọ́ pé ó mutí kiri, ilé ẹ̀ ló ń wà, gbọ́ pé òun àtàwọn kan wọ́n papọ̀ wọ́n jọ kọ́ ilé iṣẹ́ kan tó ń fi ń gbaṣẹ́. Gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kó ṣe, nǹkan tá a dẹ̀ fẹ́ nìyẹn. Kì í ṣe àwọn tó bá lọ sídìí ìjọba torí pé wà á di ìkòkò kẹ máa kẹ́ran tó dáa fúnra yín, kẹ máa káṣàmọ́ egun fún àwa èèyàn Nàìjíríà. So lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé k'Ọlọ́run fún ní àlàáfíà, okun àti agbára láti fi wà kó fi lè rí gbogbo nǹkan tó gbìn kí gbogbo ẹ̀ lè yọrí sí rere. Ẹ ṣé gan ni.
This is when we were in advocacy, we know what it is to prepare a case for a case. But right now, a lot of the lawyers that we ourselves, my husband is still in practice, I'm not in practice. A lot of the lawyers that even come to us seeking employment are a disaster, a complete disaster. So for us to be ready to actually deal with the corruption prosecution, we have to be able to do it in a way that the judge cannot have legal room. Your case will be so total. So I will say that I haven't seen exceptional prosecution and I've not seen exceptional judging, because the judge is actually also supposed to look at issues and not just allow prosecution to just flimsy submissions and go away. So we have judges. I'm being very careful with my words now, because I could still be in contempt if I now say a judge is corrupt, you know. But we have some judges who are less than honest, right? They are not as honest as they should be. But before you can actually prove that, you must look at the case that was presented before them, you know. So we have 3 arms of government that are not working to their optimum, and Buhari is just one. And a lot of us get things wrong. We all think that the president is the one that should do everything. And usually what I ask people is, do you expect him to put on a Stetson cap, ride on a horse, and then go like a cowboy to go and start arresting them? After he arrests them, he judges, and then he kills them immediately. It doesn't happen that way. So you cannot do that. The other final thing that I'm going to say on this is that some people even believe that kidnapping should be prosecuted by Buhari. Kidnapping is criminal code of all the states. The states prosecute. It has nothing to do with federal. Federal offenses are very minimal. They are just like maritime, things like that. Those are hardcore federal issues. But any criminal matter is Lagos State, Ondo State is everything. Murder is Lagos State is everything. And my dear sister mentioned something about the journalists. Look, the journalists, you know, when I was on Twitter, the journalists were one of the problems that I used to talk about. They need to regulate themselves. There's an article I wrote on my blog about journalism. Go and look for it and read it. And I said, these are they not the same journalists in the days of Kilarigbo? They are different now. Journalism in the time of Kilarigbo and Rebu, Newswatch, all those people. But thank God, with this Tinubu campaign nowadays, I'm seeing some brilliant journalism coming out, and I'm happy. Duro Bayo Ononuga, they gave this man called Arise TV man, they gave him water.
Orúkọ mi ni Temitope Aigba. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú, but married to Edo. We are here to celebrate President Muhammadu Buhari's 80th birthday. Wọ́n ti jẹ́ ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí for close to 80 years now, and àwa kan ti ń tẹ̀lé wọn as far back as 2011. Àwa kan kóra jọ I decide láti ṣe birthday wọn because àwọn òkú bàbá ò ní ṣe. Is the simple type tó yẹ pé kàn láìkí afẹ́fẹ́ yẹ̀yẹ̀ wọ́n ṣáà máa lọ jẹ́jẹ́ bàbá jẹ́jẹ́ but àwa ọmọ wọn akórajọ láti ṣe fún wọn láti yẹ wọn sí, and kò ń ṣe pé gbàtọ́ wá kú láṣẹ wọn máa yẹ sí but lọ́jọ́ ayé ẹ̀ ká yẹ sí ká pọ́nlé pé ìtàkùn tó ṣe lórí ilẹ̀ èdè yìí we are seeing it, and we appreciate him pé because iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe a mọ̀ fún, and that's why we are all here today. Daṣọ múgèlè ṣóúnjẹ gbogbo ẹ̀ láti yẹ wọn sí. Àdúrà mi ni pé wọ́n á pẹ́ láyé, wọ́n á pẹ́ fún wa nínú àlàáfíà, not inú àìsàn. Ọlọ́run á dá wọn sí fáwọn ọmọ wọn, á dá wọn sí fún orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Ọjọ́ wọn á dalẹ̀, àgbà wọn ò dẹ̀ lédè àgbàyà lórúkọ Jésù. And àwọn ọmọ wọn náà wọ́n á ṣe fún wọn jẹ. Òlítọ́ ọmọ ọlọ́mọ káwọn tiẹ̀ náà kan di rádaràda lórúkọ Jésù. Ọlọ́run á pa àwọn ọmọ, á pa ilé àtọ̀nù ẹ̀ mọ́. And wishing him many more years in good health and sound mind in Jesus' name. And ìlú Nigeria wa yìí ó máa tùbà, ó máa túṣẹ, ó máa dà fún gbogbo wa lórúkọ Jésù. Amen. My name is Temitope Aigba, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú.
Kilarigbo Live TV, ìkànnì amúlùdún àkọ́kọ́ tó ń gbé àṣà àti ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Yorùbá lárugẹ.
Atagbantagba lóde tagbangba ló ti pápá tó ní kí ló ní tagbangba ó ṣe.
Àwọn gbàǹkọ́gbì alárinrin ètò ọ̀dọ́ wa ló sodo sí.
Mo lè má lè sọ òyìnbó púpọ̀, but nínú Yorùbá tí mo ń sọ àwọn kan yọ Yorùbá ń bẹ̀.
Ṣé báwa náà kọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba ni kámú láti Kilarigbo Unlimited.
Kilarigbo Unlimited ládùn ètò tí kò láfiwé.
Alárakúàrà.
Orí ètò Alárakúàrà ní àwàyè lórí Kilarigbo TV.
Mo lo ata, tomatoes, àlùbọ́sà, ẹyin, mo lo carrot, mo dẹ̀ tún fi hot dog náà sí.
Mélòó la fẹ́ kà nínú eyín Adépèlé KPK kò gbọ̀kẹ̀. Kilarigbo ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ká ṣe àkálẹ̀ àwọn ayẹyẹ lọ́nà tí ìgbàlódé léyìí tẹ́yìn ó sì gbádùn ẹ̀.
Ọba sọ́yọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ jábẹ́sì padà, ìwọ ni Olúwa wá fáyé mi ṣe yanu.
Kilarigbo Live TV gbọ́ ń pa ẹ̀. Fún ìpolówó ọjà tàbí àkálẹ̀ èyíkéyìí ayẹyẹ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe ìyún event coverage pẹ̀lú owó tí ò gani lára. Kilarigbo Live TV ẹ̀rọ amóhùnmáwòrán tíá.